Well, hello everybody. I did it again. I have branched out of the secret space program, and now we're going to go just a little bit outside our mission statement and play some audio from because I have audio recording actually from our encounter in Grafton, Illinois at the Journey to Truth conference. So today's special guest is Jessica Jones, of course, the best person probably out there to experience the Sasquatch, whatever the heck they call themselves out there, is probably the cryptid huntress. So, Jessica Jones, thank you for joining us today.
James, thank you for having me. This is awesome. And I actually see some people I know in your chat already. So this is fantastic. Thank you for
wonderful.
having
me. Yeah, of
Yeah.
course. And also, thank you for Tyler and Aaron for hosting such an amazing conference. The venue, the venue is the hotel. This hotel is right north of St. Louis on the Illinois River, right where it splits to the Mississippi. And this state park, this hotel is on a state park, so the area is protected. But the only thing is that the hotel is kind of small, so it's growing out of its venue. But we're hoping maybe Aaron will do another year there. We'll see. Tyler and Aaron. Okay, so let's go. Jessica Jones is a paranormal investigator, remote viewer who is based in Northwest Georgia. She is an actually, you probably are effective, active field researcher and member of the Enigma Research Group, ERG, Anomalous Studies and Observation Group, and the North Georgia Cryptid Researchers Group, I guess. All are action-oriented research groups which conduct field research associated with all things paranormal, particularly Bigfoot. These groups have obtained ground-breaking evidence in several paranormal hubs in the southeastern United States, comparable to the infamous Skinwalker Ranch. What sets our team apart from other groups is they are all trained in remote viewing. In addition to utilizing remote viewing in the research field, Jessica assists in missing persons cold cases. She has also presented her field research at the disclosure conferences, and often interviewed on podcasts and radio shows across the globe. Thank you. What else do you want to add to that bio?
Whoop, whoop. Well, I'm also a host at Spaced Out Radio, and I have my YouTube channel, The Cryptid Huntress. And I've just been involved in I guess immersed in like the paranormal my entire life. And I'm right here with you right now talking about Bigfoot and stuff. My life has gotten really awesomely strange. So I love this. And we had some really amazing experiences out in Grafton, Illinois, James. Like we had a great time. I see Tyler's in the chat tonight. What's up, Tyler? From Journey to Truth Conference. We appreciate you guys very much.
Thank you all.
But yeah, I think you covered it all there.
Oh, okay, great. And it looks like we may even have Barry in here because I think Barry's in this. He's going to be in this 20. We have So what I have done is prepared. I don't know, Barry, are you here? Are you the same Barry that you're up there with us on the hill? So what
Barry
I've done
Everson.
is
I sent. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, it's him. Okay, Barry, your
oh, go ahead.
Audio's here, but okay, but what I did is I edited out sounding stupid, so I also edited out all the retarded Bigfoot jokes we set up there because I was trying to get everybody to laugh because we're hoping if we were laughing they would.
What? Those are the best. No, James, those are the best jokes ever. Those are great jokes.
Well, I'm glad you all laughed, but see, we got serious research here. So, we got Erica. Erica is also up there too. Erica, First Lady Erica. She's going to be. I have a few minutes, like a minute of her in the recording as well. So, so I know you've already done. This is like your third interview today, and this is actually my second interview today. So I might feel a little flustered, but I figure what we'll do is because I know Jessica's got amazing resources of information. I just don't really want to pick on her brain too much tonight. Let's just stay focused on what happened at the conference. So how about Jessica? Why don't you just explain, like, what did you start from the beginning? Like, what do you remember that night? I think it was a Thursday night.
Yeah. So we went out. Yeah. So we went out. I think it was I guess it was the last night that I was there, that we were there. I was there. It was actually around my birthday. My birthday was on Friday. I was 25 again. Okay. So, but we were kind of joking about that. And I went up to the top of a mountain, I guess it was like the top of the hill behind our cabins where we were staying. And you were feeling a pull, like there could be some Sasquatch back there, and I was feeling it too. I think a lot of people were, and so we took a hike up there with a few people, um, including Erica and including Barry, who's in the chat. Barry Everson is in here, I think. Yes, I see him. And Daryl and Anne-Marie. I mean, we had a blast there. We found a really good spot that was wide open, where we could see the stars. And yeah, I hope I'm not glitching out. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me okay?
We hear you fine, but your
James?
video, yeah, I hear you fine. The video is a little glitchy,
Yes.
but as
The
long as the
video is
audio
glitchy. Okay. Okay, as long as the audio is good, we're good. Okay. I'll try to be
Okay.
still. But
All right.
but okay, so we went up. Yeah. I look frozen right now. Okay. So we went up and we found a spot and we could see the stars. It was beautiful out there. And we all laid down in the grass, and we looked up at the stars, and James told some amazing Bigfoot jokes the whole time we were out there. It was a lot of fun. I was definitely feeling a Sasquatch presence behind us where we were sitting. I think a few other people were too. But yeah, we just sat out there. We made some recordings, and yeah, I hope you guys don't find out how old I really am. I think you might tonight after you hear that recording, but that's okay. But yeah, we had a lot of activity out there. Now I heard from Barry that you guys had a lot more activity as you walked down the hill that night. And I missed out on that because I had already gone back to the fire at that point.
Okay. All right. So I guess we'll back up a little bit. Okay. By the way, what you're seeing there is the Pierre Marquette Lodge. What I'll do is I will scroll back here. The cabins over here. The campfire was in this area, and what we did is we walked back here. Okay, and then we all over here. There was a portal. We're going to go into that later, and then we went up to this area. I think we were up here, right? So we were near somebody's house. If we went down that road, we probably might have got called the cops on us. But yeah, so all in this area here, there were some kind of creatures, and we're going to get into that just a bit. But I guess for me, from my perspective, this story began about 2 days prior. Yeah, I know I lost another 5 pounds this month. But anyway, okay, I got totally distracted on that. So what? Oh yeah, okay. So what it did is we brought a couple people out there, and we just did a little test. We had people create like a psionic ball. Okay, so you hold it in your hands, and it looks like orange usually, and you just project it you close your mind. I mean, close your eyes and close your mind too, and then project it out into the woods to the point where the Bigfoot are. And then we instructed these people to this exercise to change the ball into a shape of a heart and to give it to them. And then, so then we would instruct them to use their intuition to determine the direction and the distance. And we found that they were like only 6 feet away from us. So anyway, but so later we had, everybody got tired and left. So the next night, 2 nights later, when we were out there, earlier that day, Margie K did a presentation. She's also the psychic that channeled some information about the area, and she said that there were 30 Sasquatch in the area. There were some juveniles there looking for mates, and then there was also an elder there. But yeah, she said the name of the tribe was the Akunda. Remember that? The Akunda people. Anyway,
Yes,
so
I remember that.
all right. So Margie K was out right at the fire, and I was like, went out there like 10 o'clock, it was actually probably like 11:30 or something. We went out there, and I asked Margie. Well, Margie, so I didn't even need to ask her. I already knew they were going to be up there because we did the exercise the night before. We already knew where they were, and Margie just pointed right to the direction where we were at. So anyway, so we went up there, and yeah. the group of, I think there was about 8 people. We went up to the top of the hill here and watched some stars and came back down. And then on the way down is where I stopped with Barry, and there was a bunch of juveniles in the woods hooting at us, and I'm going to play the recording of that in just a bit. But I also saw some, but it was pitch black. I didn't want to turn my flashlight on to see what the heck was out there. But anyway, so shall we go ahead and just play the audio? What do you think?
Yeah, let's do it. Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this works. Video file. Okay. I think this is going to work. All right, here we go. So the first 6 seconds of this is quiet. So this was Margie's presentation. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, she's different. That's supposedly what the creature out there looks like, the elder of the tribe. So, all right, let's go ahead and just move this one forward. And then I didn't have any video footage. I just have audio only. So
can we ask questions?
Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can you hear?
Why did they?
Can y'all hear that? Can you hear that, Jessica? Audience members?
Yes. Yeah, I can. And by the way, we were cutting up out there, so it's kind of funny.
Oh yeah. Well, the first night I had like 40 minutes of record audio, so I deleted most of that. I don't know if it's kind of, I don't really want to play the full thing because they were saying so much stupid stuff. And then I also went out the next night by myself and I got some more weird sounds. But here we go.
There were some stumps around last night, or logs that were in the campground.
What else do they have to do?
Okay, this is Anne Marie Morales. She's been on the show before, so this is her message. She was channeling the Sasquatch for us.
Are they curious about humans, or they just want to play?
They, of course, are, yes, curious about humans. They sense the vibration, the intention of the beings that are here. And it is something that they are curious about. They generally do not wish to be troubled with the average human.
Okay. How many of them around us right now?
There's about 12 beings. No children, but just adult males and youth males.
Would they like us? Would they like some gifts, like honey buns or snacks?
They are the sensation that they get is they look at us like look at them offering things to us. But yes, they're happy. They're happy to.
So
receive.
That's affirmative. We'll leave some honey buns out for them.
Yes.
Let's catch up with the others.
Oh. Okay.
Well, did we leave Chastity behind? Was she up here?
She.
Where is she?
Oh, I'm so grounded.
Here.
Yeah. Listen, our energy speaks it all. We don't have to tell them. They need that right there.
I'm gonna gum.
It's over. Is it over here? It's like up there.
They're probably everywhere.
Right there.
That's probably Barry.
They're behind us.
I think they're that way. If there's anything, it's over here.
Okay.
That way, and they're just watching.
How many feet away are they?
It's way in that deep in the tree line over there.
Are we talking 500 feet?
I'd say 500 to 300. If you ever get a chance, I did that presentation.
So you were remote viewing where they were, I guess. You had that ability, Jessica. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, no, I was just psychically honing in on what was going on out there. And yeah, when I remote view, that's a very technical process that I go through. But just psychically picking up on stuff, that's what me and my team were really good at doing. And yeah, I could absolutely feel the energetics of some Sasquatch coming from the far end of that field. Yeah, absolutely. They were there.
All right, so we're at the top of the hill now, and let's just go ahead and move ahead.
Presentation yesterday and talking about Paul Bunyan.
Yeah.
The person or whatever that's based off of the character of Paul Bunyan, or Paul Bunyan is based off of the actual person, which was actually a Type 4 Sasquatch, like a wild man. There's a
So that's a
picture
cross,
of it.
probably a Native American Sasquatch cross.
Yeah, it is. It's the Type 4 would be like a Neanderthal looking
Oh, wow.
wild man. Yeah,
Bet the Black Ops would love to hunt these creatures down.
they do. I'm sure they do.
Oh, I had a dream last night about the Sasquatch came was in my dream and says here I am, something like that.
Are you looking
for me? Here I am. He asked for me, and that was when they were having that weird activity at the campground.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Oh my God, yo, it's my birthday.
it is.
Hey, happy
It's
birthday!
my birthday. I just remembered. Thank you.
How come,
Yeah,
how come your family or friends are not emulating you?
May the Squatches rejoice you.
I'm right here. Listen, it just happened. It was at midnight, so
Okay.
It's very new.
it's very new. It just happened.
Get used to it.
I just turned 25.
Did I say that out loud?
Hey, easy, partner.
By again, I mean like
Easy.
you've never
Whoa,
looked, and you've
Kimosabe.
always looked 25.
That's very.
Oh my God.
See how I got
Hey,
out of
this is,
that.
oh, there's a shooting star.
Yeah.
I just saw him.
Should've said-
Okay, this is like a perfect birthday, actually. This is fun. Yeah, this is exactly where I want. They're not close right there.
Honestly, they're gonna come to us. We're not gonna
they'll,
come.
they'll definitely come
You ever
back.
heard
We
that
just push
Bigfoot's
them
gonna
back.
find you? You're not gonna find him. It's kind of
I think
it's
if we
very
went there, we
true.
would push them back further into the woods. So.
The toning's good actually. The sounds. Yeah. Oh yeah. The more relaxed you are, the more you're having fun, the more you're just chill. That's when you're gonna have the best chance. So James, have you ever read any of the channeled message Bigfoot books called the Bigfoot Message to Humanity?
Does that have to do with the Xanu?
No.
Oh,
Um,
it's not.
It's what's his name? Actually, Journey of Truth had him on the show not too long ago, and he's like the shaman guy, and he gets all the channeled messages, and basically it's like a whole recount of galactic history that they give us, and they've been here for like thousands and thousands, and all very long time. But what you were channeling earlier really resonated because like they really, as a rule, don't interact with people unless the frequency's just right and the situation's just right.
You hear that? Hey guys, what's up? Did you hear that? It's like. Arr. Are you on mute? Okay. You must be on mute.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah,
so
I heard it. I needed to put my other earbud in so I could hear it. Okay.
Okay. All right. I'll keep playing. What's going on?
They heard a grunt.
Yeah.
When I was walking over here, I heard something like moving around.
Yeah.
Did you guys just hear a grunt?
They did.
Hey, come back from it.
Stop. They're right over here. I was talking to them over here. I was
I mean, like really.
like at your property.
No, he said but other places too.
Have you seen one in person? Like seen it?
I saw one run across the field there and plays out. 3 steps, boom, 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 gone.
Did you hear the grunt too? Oh, did you hear that? Look,
Yeah,
I just heard that.
I did just.
I heard something over there too.
I heard something else too. It took me a while. So.
Oh, hear that?
Like you're hitting rocks.
I love you too. Do you understand English? Oh, I saw.
They know exactly what we're thinking, and they know our intentions. So it's not like so you don't have to separate us from them. They want us to be where they are. They want us all to be on
Hello.
the same level.
All right. Hey, I hear you.
They're not going to come to you if it's
Hello,
fear-based.
guys. How many are you? Oh,
Oh.
did you hear that?
Yep.
What is that? Hi, guys.
Hello.
Sounds like that.
That was interesting.
Well,
They're right here. I can feel it.
I know. Hello.
Oh, they're like all around.
Hey, guys. I saw something.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Huh.
It looked like a really dark burgundy colored orb, or just some kind of like blob kind of. I mean, it's very dark and just kind of moving to the down like that. It's like, what the heck?
Like a mass.
Oh yeah, it was probably mass. I mean, it was
Wow.
really dark. I didn't want to turn my cameras on. And I was standing right out there waving at them. I was like, "Oh, you tired?" I wasn't even like, I was kind of scared too. But I mean, they are like what 10 foot tall. So, but
Yeah.
and
They're
they had
big.
honking
Some of
sound.
them. Yeah.
And did you see anything out there, or were you hearing any sounds?
Yeah, I did hear some sounds, but I kind of chalked it up to like just regular forest sounds, like the wind was blowing. So I knew that like the limbs were rubbing against each other, and I could tell like there was just normal forest sounds. Now, what you experienced was after I had already walked out of the forest, and I did hear some interesting things just then on that recording that I didn't hear when I was up there. So, totally valid. Okay, totally
Right.
valid. There was, and a lot of times, they'll make their presence known after the majority of the group has already left. So that would make sense that they would make themselves known after all of us had walked away except for you and Barry.
All right, let's hit it, guys.
They're following us. They're giving us confirmation all over again.
How many are you out there? Hi, guys.
You hear that like in the background?
Okay, so there was like a wah, and there's like a little beep, like a little quick click beep. So apparently, when they open up, as they're
Yeah, I
traveling
heard
through the
that.
forest, following us, they open portals, and I think that's what that is. Am I accurate? Is that right, Jessica? Or yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because what my team we always say is all roads lead back to ET. Okay. And a lot of this Bigfoot activity that we have out there. So that would make sense. We do hear a lot of mechanical noises out in the field. So I did hear that beeping and that clicking sound. So yeah, it makes sense.
the little beeping sound. Well, thank you for helping anchor in the love of the forest. Yes, thank you. I love you too.
Whoa.
Is that what you encountered in the past? Noises like that?
Yeah, that's
Sounds?
completely different. Actually.
What is
But
that?
I still think it's them. They can do a variety of things.
Oh,
I think that was something that wasn't going to startle
oh,
you.
oh.
Because I've heard a lot. But I don't
Okay.
even know. I don't even know how to categorize that noise. It sounds like a bird, but like why? I started getting like that whole, hair standing up kind of thing going. I could feel that they were there. And the first time I had connection with them, I had a little bit of fear, but enough to where they came in. But then I got a telepathic. They literally said, "We'll show ourselves, but you're not ready." And it happened to me and a friend of mine, and we both looked at each other and we're like, "Get that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I got that." And they're like,
Oh,
"We're not
so
ready."
Smell that.
Yep, that's them.
It smells so beautiful,
Yeah, but
like
where
roses.
did that come from? That wasn't here the whole time. Think about
I don't remember.
it. Yeah, they do that.
Do they smell like?
When you have a positive experience with them, you get the floral smell. It's happened to me 5 or 6 times.
Okay, so let's see, what did we experience? All right. We just went down. I cut a lot of that out. But go down to the bottom of the hill again, and then we smell like this. It smells like roses in the air. And I don't know, Jessica, do you have memories of smelling anything, or do you remember this roses smell? Do you
No.
remember the smell at the bottom of the hill? Okay. Does anybody
No,
else?
not at all.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I went
Yeah,
out there
no,
like.
I didn't smell anything like that. I didn't. Interesting.
Okay. So. All right, so I guess at this point, by the way, I think Margie said that those were juveniles that were honking at us or whatever. because yeah. And so apparently the Sasquatch lived for about 1,000 years. So juvenile are probably over 100 years old at this point. So they probably remember what this area was like before the Industrial Revolution. But all right. Anyway, Jessica, anything you want to comment before I hit the play button?
Yeah. No, I mean, those noises are very interesting that you picked up on your recording. A lot of times when we're out there, there's a lot of stuff we don't hear with our own ears. But then when we go back and listen to our EVP recordings, it's very clear that there's a lot of audio that we miss that like our ears just aren't able to pick up on their own. So that's fascinating. I'm so glad you took your recorder out there.
Oh, I was hearing this audibly too. But
Mhm.
anyway, so I've got another at the end of the presentation. I went out at the next night by myself because, yeah, I was late. Nobody else and everybody vacated the hotel except for a few of us. And I'll play that in just a bit. So what this is basically what we're going to go happening now is that Chastity was going to come up with us, and she went into a trance at the bottom of the hill and didn't join us. And she said she was right by this spot here, and a portal opened up. So we're going to hear what she said later on, because yeah.
After I volunteered and I felt the direction of where I was to go, I started walking up there and I presented myself. And then when I walked closer to the cave opening type in the bushes there, they had me stop about 2 feet away from it, and then they tuned me. Which, okay, so that means that I when I'm tuning into a being, I will rock back and forth, forward and backward, and sometimes I'll go way back, and it's me matching their vibration. And so then I had my eyes open to see where I was at because they were telling me, how many feet to be away. And there was a portal that started as like a pinprick, and it was purple, and it just swirled around and then got big. And there was a green honeycomb, and it was electric green, like a digital type green. And it was a honeycomb screen, and I walked through it. And then we were in like this, it felt like a cave, but it wasn't like a cave like what we have. And it felt like it was just out of time. And it was an elder, and I asked him, I said, do you really not like us because we're drinking? And he said, no, that's not true. He said, we occasionally like to have something that will be similar. And I said, okay. And I said, okay. He said, that was her. And I said, okay. And I asked him, why do I feel so drawn to Sasquatch? And I said, I remember as a child watching Star Wars, and I loved Chewbacca. I always told everybody he was my boyfriend. and he said that I was related somehow to them, and that was why.
Just an ancestor.
Yeah, as an ancestor. And so we talked about life and about like where I'm going in life, and he told me to not be afraid. And I asked him who was pouncing on my car last night, and he said that was the juveniles. And I said, oh, okay. That makes sense. And he said they were protecting you, but they were also messing with you. And I said, was that them that kept moving my stuff? And he said, yes. And he said he said, like kids play with kids, they hide stuff from each other. He said that's what they were doing with you. And they kind of thought that since you're young spirited and you have kids that are comparable to them as maturity, that you would be okay with it. It wouldn't frighten you or make you mad. And I said, oh, okay. And so I said, I asked him, why do I feel alone? And he said that I'm just at a different place, spiritually minded than other people. And he said it would be okay that everyone is on a good trajectory for maturing spiritually. And I said, okay. So I told him thank you, and we just exchanged energy. There was a lot of love. I just felt love, and
So
that was it. He let me return, and then I was like, I really am alone now. Everybody's gone, and
so you blacked out
yeah.
because we were all wondering. We're like, where's Chastity? We're up and there was like, oh, she must have stayed down at the bottom.
Oh yeah, I didn't even know. I didn't hear you,
So
but
did you even go up into the woods at all? Were you
I
just
did.
a little bit?
I went up the road, and I don't know how far it goes. So from where I could see, I was halfway. So I was walking.
There was another smaller glen, smaller opening. Were you in
Really?
the smaller opening? Were you there? That smaller
No.
opening?
Uh-uh.
So you were still right where the trees were all still at?
Yeah. Uh-huh. And before I did leave, he told me that, that the juveniles were up there, that if I went to try and catch up with you guys, that I would encounter them and they'd probably play with me. And I was just like, okay. And so I started walking up the road, and I remembered the lady that talked about Sasquatch and she said not to go someplace alone. And so I was like, well, I don't really feel afraid, but I am alone. and so I was like, well, and I was thinking about that as I was walking, and I was looking. I had my phone light on, but not the flashlight, just the face, and I was shining it down. And I started hearing crunching, sticks breaking, and I could hear breath, and it wasn't mine. And then I started hearing grunts, and I don't really, the something like that. And
Was that
and
the elder or the juveniles?
that was the juveniles, and I could feel them. They got closer. They came out from the tree line, and they were closer to the road. I couldn't really see them. I shined the face of my phone over there, and I thought I caught a shadow, but then it was like when I put that light over there, they kind of backed off, or stopped, or disappeared, or something, and I was like, I just stopped and I waited, and they stopped. I was like, should I go? And then I decided, you know what? I don't even know where this road goes. And I was listening for you guys, and
Yeah,
I
because we were
didn't-
all sitting down in the field kind of taking a nap looking at the stars.
yeah, I couldn't hear anything. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to turn around. I got to go take down a tent. So I did.
Did they bother you when you were taking down their tent?
No. Mm-mm.
What about you, Erica? Did you hear the grunts?
I heard the grunts. So,
So you know it's real. This is not some...
oh no, I know it's real because when we first got started and we were standing there on the road, like my shadow was hitting this particular tree, but right next to it, it was like this space that I knew that they were right there. And then when we got started, I felt like they were on both sides of us. And then when we went up there, it's like we passed by them, but they were still like in the woods. And so I was like waiting for the twigs to snap. When me and Laura came down the hill by ourselves, we were first. And we heard like a big snap. It was stronger than a snap, like a snap of a twig. But then we heard something go, ooh, like a, yeah, like that. And then we both stopped, arm to arm, and then that's when we backed up and turned around. And then when everybody else caught up with us, we heard small snapping along the way. We still went up forward again, but we still heard more. Like we still heard more snapping. It was pretty consistent, and it was on both sides. So it was, so this was before the opening where they told her not to go.
Let's see. I think it switches over. Well, I just got to pause it. So, Jessica, what do you think of that testimony? Oh, here we got Barry.
Yeah. It's fascinating. And I hope Barry's here. I just sent him the link if you didn't already.
Yeah, you
Barry,
got it.
welcome to the
Hey,
That was an interesting night, was it not?
Super Soldier. Yeah, awesome. Yeah.
the man, the myth, the legend.
I think that's you.
Hey, Barry.
So,
The myth and the legend, not the man.
go ahead and comment. You wrote some things in the chat that are pretty interesting. So go ahead, tell us what you wrote here.
Well, first off, that they're multidimensional beings. They can portal in and out. I actually, in ESETI, I saw one run across the field and take 3 large steps and phase out. So they definitely can move in and out of portals. I've had experiences where, where we had that similar thing in ESETI multiple times, where we get that kind of really beautiful floral smell. But then I had one occasion where one came into a camp. Actually, I was hanging out with one of Jessica's research partners, Matthew Delp, and some other friends in the community. And we had one come right into the camp. We were just kind of cutting up, hanging out. And we were there at Jenny Byers Ranch in Tennessee. And they came in, or one, I think it was just one in this case, came in. And all of a sudden we smelled the rotten egg smell. All of her dogs started barking at the same spot in the woods. And then we heard this high-pitched scream that sounded like the loudest scream from a woman you've ever heard. And then a whistle. And then the smell lasted about 10 minutes and it was gone. So that was an interesting one. And actually, Tyler and I have had some experiences at ESETI and other places when we've been out, back in the woods and had that. So whatever reason, I seem to have a connection there. So.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. And comment about the floral smell. So these are like they're different Sasquatch that are different, more high vibration, maybe 5th dimensional beings compared to some of the other primitive ones.
That's my take on it. Yeah. And if you read that book, Sasquatch Humanity, it kind of gets into a lot of the, multidimensionality of them and how they are. Like some of them are 1,000, 2,000 years old. And there's a lot more of it to it than, just what we think, the thinking for the longest time is they were just primitive. But no, I think like people that there's just like Jessica's, detailed that there's different types and there's, different levels of spirituality. Some of them are definitely more primitive and, than others. But like people, they're all over the place.
Well, Jessica, what do you think of that?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I always talk about is how there's such a wide spectrum of Sasquatch, from the primitive beings that are just looking for food, all the way up to the higher vibrational ones that are very telepathic and highly advanced, just like humans. There's a wide range of humans. There's a wide range of Sasquatch. I think they're very similar in a lot of ways, except for the Sasquatch are super hairy and gigantic. Okay. But I feel like they're very similar to humans. Some are very much telepathic. And, before my team and we go out into the field, we are making communication. We're communicating with them before we even make our way out into the field. And so they know we're coming. I think some of them are a lot smarter than humans, by the way. Okay.
Much
smarter. Yeah. Oh yeah. But some are just looking for food. They're just out there very animalistic. So like Barry said, there's a wide range of the types of different Sasquatch. And we even have categories of Sasquatch. Okay. From everything from the patty type, as we call it, just a big, I'm going to say just docile type of Sasquatch, kind of, all the way to like a Gugway, which is very kind of violent and a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, but a little, you don't want to, almost like a dog man type. Okay. Even though it's not a dog man, it's just a little more, just scary. Okay. It'll eat you. Let's just put it that way. It'll eat you. If you cross the line and trespass on its property. So yeah, there's just a whole bunch of different types.
Okay. Well, Chastity also told me in private that the Bigfoot creatures were also in the conference room listening in to some of the presenters, and they liked the conference. Anyway, I guess we can take that as given. But
Well,
all
thank
right,
you, Sasquatch. I'm glad they liked our presentations.
yeah, next time buy some tickets, support the conference. Okay, let's go ahead and
Yes,
play the
virtual.
Oh, okay. So this is the next night. I went out there by myself. I got 40 minutes of recording. Most of it was just me talking and trying not to be scared. And then I'm hearing noises and stuff. So what I did is I edited down to a couple minutes, just the things that I heard out there. So by the way, the campfire, there's people there playing music. So you might hear some music in the background. That's not like some weird EVP. That's actual people doing that. But eventually they go away and it gets really quiet out there. Until the deer come out, and they're deer that run out of those woods towards me. So that's what that's when I decided to leave. Well, let's go ahead and play. Hello. So this came up. I don't know. I hear like tapping sounds. Weird screech. Hello? Yeah, I didn't hear that. So Jessica, what do you think of that? What is that? That noise? Is that just something interdimensional? Does that come up in your recordings?
I don't know. It's very odd. You're talking about the knocking noise that we're hearing?
Like it's like a digital
it's
sounding
really
sound.
odd.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, sometimes we do get like a mechanical sound. And I can't say it's Sasquatch. A lot of times we have a lot of ET activity that goes alongside the Sasquatch activity. So it could be something to do with some kind of ET activity. It could be anything. So yeah,
Okay.
just kind of some kind of
Would you like
energetic
me to tell you
interference.
some
Is
jokes?
the way we describe it.
What's that?
Those jokes were so good, by the way.
I said a
Yeah,
few
you shouldn't
more,
have cut
but
those out. They were awesome.
well, okay, let's just go on here. People laughing by the fire.
Hello, are you there, Sasquatch? Xanu?
Yeah.
Is that you, Xanu?
Wow, interesting.
Oh. I don't know why the mosquitoes are so bad here because of maybe it's good here for all the wildlife. Hello, Mr. Akondo people or Mrs. Are you there?
See that? I hear the clip. Something moving around the woods. Yeah, that's the fire. Okay, coyote shows up. Yeah, that's when I start getting scared. It's like the freaking coyotes out there. I'm out by myself. I don't have a weapon, and yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was a coyote.
Can you make them go away?
Multiple coyote.
They also mimic like every animal out there too.
Akundo.
That's or some fucking thing right there. That was not even in the recording, I don't think. But
Okay.
this is when the deer start walking towards me. Oh yeah, that noise. Did you hear that?
Okay.
Listen to that. Like a scream and then a clicking. You hear it?
Hey, are you over there?
You hear this? Like popping sounds. I don't think I heard that in my voice.
Are you over there?
Unzipping my bag.
Hey, are you there?
That was a deer. All right, so I think that's it right there. So, yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, I'm out there talking for almost 30 minutes. So the deer, I mean, they have really good hearing. They shouldn't be like coming towards me like that, and then running. So I think something spooked them.
Okay.
Anyhow.
Okay, so this is really odd, right? When we were at the fire the last night that I think it was actually I guess it was Thursday night. We had a gigantic doe, like a big deer, run through camp, like right where our cabins were near the fire. It followed a raccoon that ran through the camp really quickly. And this deer, I think Barry, you saw it.
Yeah, it was
This thing was huge. It came out of nowhere. Yeah. And we were all sitting there going, wow, did we just get abducted? What just happened?
Are those grays out there running in the woods?
Yeah.
Well, the other thing, the first night when we were up on the hill for the Sky Watch, when me and you, Abby Lynn, walked back, we went through an area and then you could feel the shift in the energy. It was so thick you could cut it with a knife. And I've experienced that in a few other places too. But it was just very, very noticeable shift. It just got really, really heavy. So we think that has much to do with it too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, everybody, that's the presentation. Does anybody have anything else they want to share?
I think that's it.
Okay.
All right. No, that was just a really fun time. I really enjoyed my time out there with you guys.
That was great.
And it definitely stirred up some activity in those woods for sure.
Great.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you, Barry and Jessica.
Barry,
and
thank you, James.
Yeah, this was fun. We'll all see you later. Go check out the link to our website. What is it? Cryptid Hunt. What is your?
The Cryptid Huntress over on YouTube, and I'm on Spaced Out Radio every Saturday and Sunday night. You guys come see me.
And Barry, do you have a website where people? Do you want people contact? Okay. No. Okay.
Nah, I fly under the radar. I'll pop in every once in a while.
Okay. All right. Here's a comment from Tyler. Hold on, let me get rid of this thing. I was out there again last night, had some activity there. So there's something out there. All right, until next year, we'll all hopefully see you at Grafton, and we can have another exciting experience. And make sure you bring the honey buns too. And everybody have a good night. Okay.
Take care, everyone.
Goodbye.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Please consider supporting Super Soldier Talk by purchasing your own Neo Meditation device. Your Neo Meditation device will help you reduce stress, integrate trauma, enhance intuition, enhance clairvoyance, and enhance creativity. Get yours now at www.neologicaltech.com.